more of Church and more of Aunt Sally?
Aunt Sally will be in the book. Church is always going to be in the books. In fact, we learned a little more about Church in the fourth book. We see the relationship that develops between Rudy and Cersei. It's funny, when I introduced Cersei O'Tree, I had fully intended her to be Joe's girlfriend until they were actually sitting together on the plane. And I realized that their personalities would never get along. And that scene just went where it went. And that's maybe one of my favorite exchanges of dialogue between characters I've ever written, is when she's just calling him on his being a guy, and he's calling her on being too much of an offended person about him being a guy. So it was fun to write. But yeah, and we also introduced a new, I hope will be recurring love interest for Joe. It's not going to be a regular girlfriend, because we're not going to do the regular girlfriend thing, but she's an assassin named Violin, and has a very, very dark and weird past. So, the book opens with him with laser sights on him, and her saying, you have 1 second to live, and it goes into a conversation, and she makes him do a couple of things that set the story in motion, but interesting characters. There's also, for the women here, there is a really strong feminist message in Assassin's Code, because there is a team of special operators called Arclight, which is a women-only combat team that's formed in the Middle East, and they're so much fun. Also, we get a new Echo team member. Her name is Lydia, and she's a character. Possible love interest for Bunny. We'll see. Other questions? Yeah.
Will we be seeing Nicodemus again?
Oh yes, Nicodemus is a major player in Assassin's Code. For those who read King of Fighters, I got a lot of email about Nicodemus. People keep asking, like, well, the Joe Ledger stories aren't actually supernatural, and he seems kind of supernatural. Are you going there? And well, you'll have to find out whether I'm going there or not. But Nicodemus is a very, very strange character. The version of him that was in the prison in King of Plagues is an aspect of his personality. We see a much more powerful version of him in Assassin's Code, and he's a priest in that book. And there are also priests named Nicodemus going back 800 years. So we have to find out what that's all about. But he's an interesting character, and I answer some things about him, and then I leave another little mystery at the end. I will probably come back to that character again and again, most likely in short stories. But yeah, he's a fun character to write. So, oh, and by the way, Joe Ledger makes a cameo in the third book in the series, and also Mike Sweeney does too. For those who read the Pine Peak books. See, all my stuff's set in one kind of weird, connected world. I mean, there's already references to Joe Ledger in Rotten Ruin. He's one of the heroes of First Night, because you just can't kill that guy. He wouldn't want to be one of his friends in combat, because they don't fare so well. But Joe's probably going to survive. Maybe not happy. Probably sarcastic. He'll be there. And but there's also references to in the first two books to a guy named Church, who does what Tom Amora does. He quiets people in his own way. There's also a man named Old Man Sanchez. So there's characters show up, and there's also a short story, if you haven't read it, Material Witness, in which Joe Ledger goes to Pine Deep and runs into Crow and Mike Sweeney about 5 or 10 years after the events of Bad Moon Rising. And Mike's gotten very strange in his old age. And that's something I'm considering doing for a series of novels, is doing a Mike Sweeney spinoff, where we just explore what it's like to have the kind of legacy he has and exploring the abilities he has. I have a novel that's in pitch form called Black Marsh High, where he's kind of the janitor at the school. He's about 20 now, and a teenage girl's falling in love with the dark, mysterious, brooding guy who turns out to be really strange. So we'll see what goes with that. And I also introduced a new character in a short story that's available on Amazon as an e-story called Sam Hunter. And he is a private investigator with an unusual family trait. But most likely that's going to become a novel and probably a series. So I won't spoil what that family trait is if you haven't read it, but it's 99-cent short story up on Amazon. It's fun. What other questions?